Hello, I'm Emylene Aspilla, and I'm the Director of Social Responsibility at SFO, and I'm thrilled to be part of this year's THRED Talks. So, what does the role of social responsibility entail? At SFO, we are committed to ensuring that our neighboring communities in San Francisco and San Mateo have opportunities to share in SFO's business and growth. In good times, SFO's growth is San Mateo's growth. Through February 2020, SFO operations supported 46,000 jobs, including 15,000 residents of San Mateo County, making the airport one of the county's largest employers. SFO accounted for more than $10.6 billion in economic activity in the Bay Area, and spending at SFO added more than $500 million in tax revenue to San Mateo County. In the 12 months before COVID-19 hit, SFO had one of the busiest years in our history. We opened Harvey Milk Terminal 1, the Grand Hyatt at SFO, and the new long-term parking garage within a few months of each other. And we launched a new wayfinding program, renumbered all of our gates, and squeezed in a runway rebuild. We were on track for 57 million passengers. That was then, and this is now. As you can imagine, air travel has taken a huge hit since March. SFO's numbers plummeted to just 3% of normal. Flight operations decreased 95%, and most of our concessions closed temporarily in response to decreased passenger levels. However, we remained open as essential critical infrastructure to enable medical workers, cargo, and supplies to get to where they needed to go. The summer months saw a slight increase to 15% of normal as people began to feel a little more comfortable traveling. Things slowly increased to where we were seeing about 25% to 30% of our normal numbers at Thanksgiving. Now, with the winter COVID-19 surge, we expect travel numbers to drop back down again, especially with the new orders to stay at home and reduce non-essential travel. COVID-19 has caused a major disruption to the Bay Area's economy, and the airport reflects that downturn. As much as 75% of our airline and concessions workforce was furloughed or laid off shortly after the March shelter-in-place order was issued. Things happened very quickly, and my team immediately shifted focus. We pivoted to ensure the social and economic well-being of our workers, over 75% being workers of color, and connected them to a variety of resources. We set up virtual benefits counseling sessions, initiated weekly calls with all airport stakeholders, started hosting webinars regarding COVID-19 health and safety precautions, and more. To ease the economic pressures on business tenants made up of dozens of local and small businesses, SFO initially offered rent deferral, followed by rent forgiveness. We anticipate almost all concessions reopening by June 2021. SFO used this quiet period to ready the airport for the eventual return of passengers. We've been through an upheaval before with 9/11, and we know that from that experience that the way we travel is going to change as a result of this pandemic. In the short term, we have moved quickly to promote a safe and healthy travel and work environment. We recalibrated our custodial teams to adjust to the enhanced sanitizing and new social distancing protocols. They focused on keeping high traffic surfaces and areas extra clean. Our facilities teams designed and produced 100 hand sanitizing stations, installed more than 15,000 social distancing stickers throughout the terminals, and fabricated and installed hundreds of plastic barriers. For the long term, we are focused on recovery and resilience. This includes demonstrating to both employees and our passengers the continued safety of air travel. A Travel Well campaign highlights the measures we've taken to ensure cleanliness, physical distancing, and facial covering compliance. From new touchless parking systems to increased cleaning cadence to self-cleaning UV lights on escalator handrails, SFO is employing every tool possible to ensure hygiene safety. In addition, SFO is adopting the latest testing advancements in order to keep employees safe and enable passengers to travel with confidence. SFO was the first airport in the United States to offer on-site rapid COVID-19 tests for airport employees and now passengers through a partnership with Dignity Health. SFO is also coordinating with airlines to create Airbridges, secure travel corridors between destinations. The first Airbridge launched in October with flights to Hawaii via United and has since expanded to other routes. Thousands of passengers have been tested and flown safely to Hawaii for their vacations. We've expanded to international routes as well, starting with Cathay Pacific and Dignity Health offering COVID-19 testing to Cathay passengers traveling to Hong Kong. The Airbridge concept is very promising and could help keep the industry resilient until the wide dissemination of vaccines. Although the pandemic has caused unprecedented disruption to SFO and the air travel industry as we know it, this is not the first time that SFO has experienced challenging times. SFO has a track record of building on its solid foundation to ensure it is resilient and that the well-being of passengers, workers, and communities is prioritized. Like in the past, we are using this opportunity to develop resiliency against future disruptors, and we know the airport will emerge from this pandemic even stronger.